Sense of humour part 2. Now, if you're someone that was always known as a bubbly child and you've still, even to this day, grown up to be a very bubbly, happy-go-lucky person, it's not to say that, you don't know appropriate emotions and appropriate behaviour. So that's to say, you do get sad, you do have your moments, you do cry. But on the whole, you're someone that doesn't allow things to get you down, like so down that it gets the better of you. You've always maintained that sense of humour and that happily bubbly nature, almost to the point where some people can get a bit pissed off with you, funny enough, or they can hold and harbour a little jealousy because you're able to just shrug it off. Sometimes I've noticed that comes from people who have dealt with serious traumas as a child, and it's been slapped into you. You better shut up and get over it. The world hasn't got time for your tears, because humans love to be cold-hearted. And again, it's only when it's someone that means something to them have they got the empathy that we should all commonly have. Sad, but we don't all have that empathy. And so, did you find that when you had your sense of humour, it was sometimes mistaken, especially as a child, for you're just a problematic child? You've got ADHD. What they know now is ADHD. You can't behave, you can't settle, you can't this. I got mistaken for that. I was mistaken for that. And also I found that in the end, that was my mechanism to protect myself, to guard myself from the cruelty and the inconsideracy. And it just shielded me, It didn't stop all the pain and anguish and the hate that these people showed me coming through, but it managed to, help with some of it. And I found that, by the time I was in my teens, having a sense of humour, people thought I was clumsy. They really go to the wire with it. Not only are you, you don't take yourself seriously, suddenly you become clumsy. Suddenly you're a fool. Suddenly you're a hideous being. And it's like, you don't have to go that far, mate. I don't emanate any of those. And then I started to realise, put comments down if this happened to you, that's what people wanted it to be. They wanted that to happen to me, or they wanted to find out I was that kind of a dumb, idiot, silly person that could never take herself seriously. Oh, they had no idea just how seriously I took life. But I didn't show it, because to be serious would have ended me. I was already dealing with a serious enough situation with multiple people. Okay? And I'm the one in the vulnerable situation, and they're all in positions of power, milking it, taking liberties. All I had was my sense of humour, because that was the one thing that they couldn't take from me, was my personality. And as soon as they saw that, immediately that was their next mission. We're going to rip the spirit out of her. And I have not had people come into my vicinity or interact with me who haven't wanted to do that and have been exercising that. And there's what I say is why I don't join in with society, because people's mentality, they believe that's what they should do. Yet they know it's wrong. Their senses tell them that you shouldn't do that, but they like what society tells them. Oh, well, it's hard times, and they use society as an excuse to lower their morals. And then what do we have? We have a society now that knows that about itself and just wants to pretend. And can we just ignore that? So we have people fighting to ignore their ignorant behaviour, their obnoxious behaviour, their cold-hearted behaviour. We've got more energy in lying about that. Like, for instance, the young girl that hit the baton over another athlete's head, when it's there for everyone to see. But now we are so ignorant, so far gone, that it can be on camera, and we're still going to put energy into lying. It's over. It's over. It's over. And the sooner people accept that, the better. But if you're going to say, oh no, it's not over, change then. Change. Don't be so dogmatic. If that wasn't the obvious thing to do, hence why it's not the thing to do. It's too easy. That's why it's wrong. because it's easy. Yeah. And you see, with my sense of humour and my clumsiness, I just sat there and watched people show their true colours, and it's not a beautiful thing. It is and it isn't. It's crazy, because it's beautiful in terms of all of these fuckers tried to say it was you, that you're delusional, that you're mad, that you're insane, that it's your traumas and you're judging people and you don't know how to read people because you're too traumatized. Oh no, I did know how to read people. Oh, I did. Yeah. And it's because they had me in that vulnerable state where they got cocky. Of course, it never pays to be a bastard, because at the end you still got it to face. You're still you still feel shit, and rightfully so, because if you're someone that indoctrinates being a bastard to other people because you think it's just, I'll just pass the buck, you're what makes it bad. You are what helps this society humans like to call civilized. I've never known such a delusional species, which leads me to my point for this part 2. Throughout using my sense of humour, I started to ask the question, did I choose to be here and experience this? Because it's a spiritual thing, and you asked to come back here in the worst possible generation. Mankind is worse, because I'm meant to do something, have purpose. Or am I just here and it got unlucky? I do believe that society should have been, regardless of whether I came here spiritually, whether I chose to, whether I came back here to learn lessons, life with humans ourselves, we should have been better. We should have done better. I don't believe spiritually that even though I might be here to learn something, that man hasn't got a part to play and some accountability and responsibility into the absolute devastation of the experience here. I hope I come back in another time where man has got through all of this sliding doors moment, and comes out better, without the 1% ruling us. I mean, I'm talking real evolution. That's all dead and gone. We don't do that. I've never believed for a second that we needed governing. We have everything we already need within us before we're born to come here to act accordingly. We don't need to be governed, and there is no order. If what we see here in this human society is what people refer to as order, then there's no hope, because that is not order. What we have here in this society, that's not order. It's absolute controlled, manipulated chaos done on purpose, and getting worse in all the 53 years I've been alive. So this is no accident. And my sense of humour helps me cope with the knowledge and the seeing it for what it is, accepting it for what it is. Yeah, it hurts. So I have to have some sort of a sense of humour, comedy feel going on with me, just to be able to tolerate it. I don't know. What do you think? What are your feelings? What things about you and your personality do you use, do you rely on to help you keep through this and, keep going? And because it's a disaster. It's an absolute disaster. And I have to be careful with the words I use. I can't even express it how I truly want to express it. But, do leave your comments and everything about how you feel about life here. This is kind of be connected to my subject that I'm going to speak about as well. Sooner or later, it's going to get back into the spiritual thing as well, and the purpose of why we're here, and the remembering and the forgetting and all of that. Because it's just such a mystery. And I'd like to think that we're going to end up in a much better place than where we are now for the future of humanity. Anyway, on that note, I do hope you have a beautiful day. It's a lovely sunny day outside. For those of you that do find my content insightful and useful, please do like and follow. For those who already do, you know what I'm going to say. You are wondrous and you are beautiful. You were enough then, you're enough now, and you will always be enough. And on that note, Jah love.